What's up, YouTube? It's Coach Carlos back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about confidence. Confidence, as y'all know, is one of my biggest things when it comes to basketball. I've made a couple shorts on confidence and everything on TikTok, on YouTube shorts, you can see them. But I think confidence is one of the single most biggest keys to success in basketball. If you go your whole basketball career without confidence, your career not gonna be long. It's gonna be real short. So confidence is something that a lot of players struggle with. I even struggle with myself. I still struggle with it to this day sometimes. So confidence is something that we gotta build on. It gotta be constantly built upon, constantly worked on, and it's not gonna come easy. But in the video today, I'm gonna show y'all 7 ways that y'all can help build y'all confidence. So let's get into it. So the first step is just simply putting in the work. You gotta have a foundation for confidence. And I know y'all probably hear it all the time. You will be confident if you just put in the work. That's not true at all. I feel like there's definitely more things to it, but putting in the work is definitely a big part of confidence. If you don't put in the work, you have nothing to be confident in. So you want to put in the work and make sure you constantly working hard, going to practice, working on the game, working on your weaknesses, things like that, so you have something to be confident in. Let's say you're not confident in your left hand. You want to go outside and go to the gym and work on your left hand. Keep on working on it throughout the week, throughout the month. Keep on working on it. So now you're starting to build confidence in that left hand. Now you're starting to say, okay, I feel like I can use my left hand because I used it before. You got to be able to build that foundation. We all hear it before. If you don't have a foundation of a house, the house gonna fall. It's the same thing with confidence. Confidence comes from a foundation. You gotta have that foundation where you can get the confidence from. If you know that you haven't put in the work, if you know that you haven't gone to the gym and worked out and worked on your jump shot and everything, if you get in the game, you're not gonna have nothing to be confident in. You're gonna be looking at yourself like crazy because what is there to be confident in? So first step, putting in the work. So the next thing is positive self-talk. Positive self-talk is a huge key for me because when you're giving yourself positive self-talk, it gets to your head. Your brain starts to pick up on it and then it starts to believe it. So if you're going after your workouts, you may say something like, oh yeah, I can shoot. I'm one of the best shooters. Or you may get to a game and say, yeah, I'm one of the best players on the court. I definitely got this. I can dominate this game. Your brain is going to start to believe it. After you keep saying stuff over and over and over again, your brain is going to start to believe it. So positive self-talk is one of my biggest things. Even for myself, I like to give myself positive self-talk. I've had a lot of slumps where I couldn't shoot, where I wasn't feeling like myself playing basketball. And so what I would do is I would give myself positive self-talk, specifically with shooting. When I was shooting and I was on the shooting slump and I couldn't hit a shot for a couple games, I would go outside and I would tell myself, yeah, I can shoot. You know you good at shooting. I don't even know why you stressing it. You can shoot. So that positive self-talk started to circulate in my brain. I started to believe it. And then all of a sudden I was hitting more shots. It was like an instant thing too. Like I would go outside and I would shoot shots and I would just tell myself, I can shoot, I can shoot, I can make shots. And then it would instantly click and I would start making more and more shots. But the second I would stop, I would start to miss a little bit. I would start to miss more and more. And then if I got negative on myself or things like that, I would start to miss more and more shots. So that positive self-talk is going to help you a whole lot. So the next step is visualizing success. Again, like the positive self-talk, if you visualize your success, it's going to circulate in your brain. You're going to start to believe it. If you can see it, then you can achieve it. I think that's the saying, if you believe it, you can achieve it. If you can see it, you can definitely get to it. So you want to visualize these things. You want to visualize yourself in a game-winning situation, making 2 free throws. So now when you get in the game, you don't see yourself do it already. It's nothing. You definitely can do it. It's going to be a little different. You know, it's going to be real. You're going to have feelings. You're going to see people in the crowd and everything. But you want to visualize yourself doing these things. So now you've seen yourself do it before. And that's going to help generate confidence. That's going to circulate in your brain. Again, your brain is going to start to believe those things because it's seen itself doing it. It's seen yourself. You've seen yourself do it before. So now you get in the game and this is something you already seen. So I even like to do it myself. I visualize myself scoring 20 points. I visualize myself scoring 50 points, things like that. Visualize yourself doing these things and it's going to help you. Step number 4, stay away from the negativity. this is a huge step for me because there's so much negativity in the world with songs. We go on social media, it's a lot of negativity, toxic things. We want to stay away from that as much as possible. So I like to filter out anything negative in my life that I can. So if it's people around you talking negative and things like that, try not to hang around them as much. It's okay to hang around your friends and everything, but if your friends saying stuff negative and everything about you, saying just being negative in general, you want to push the negativity aside as much as possible, because that negativity, again, your brain start to pick up on it. All of this stuff is really psychological. Your brain start to pick up on it, and then now you having a lot of negative thoughts, and then that's going to affect your confidence and all of that. So yeah, you want to make sure you stand away from the negative things. I know y'all often see probably things like positive vibes only, things like that. Those are true. You really don't want to be in a negative situation, because that negativity, it really affects you. Like, it really starts to beat on you and beat on your brain. You may not realize it. If you hearing negative stuff in songs, you may not realize it, but your brain is picking up on that. And I even realized it for myself. I had a whole week where I just listened to a bunch of jazz songs or slow songs or R&B stuff, things like that. Something that was like positive, or gospel, something like that that was like positive, and it wasn't so negative to my mind. And I started to realize an effect instantly. Not instantly, but like over time, I started to realize an effect. So push out the negativity as much as possible. Number 5, focus on what you can control. I noticed with myself and a lot of hoopers, we try to control things that we can't control, like calls that the referee may call. That's a big one. A lot of my teammates, even myself, sometimes we focus on the referee and we not getting foul calls, and then that starts to affect us in game. We got to focus on what we can control. If that referee is not calling fouls, we got to keep on pushing. Like, that goes back to that positive self-talk. Okay, that person fouling me, but the referee not calling it. Oh, well, I know I'm good. I know I'm getting fouled. I know they can't stop me. They got to foul me to stop me. So keep doing that positive self-talk and just control what you can control. We can't control the referee. We can't control if our teammates don't see us on a cut. If we cutting wide open and our teammates don't see us, or they pass the ball late or something, things like that. We can't control that. So focus on the things you can control, because it will help deviate from some of the negativity. Like I said, we want to stay away from the negativity. We don't want to generate negativity within ourselves. If we trying to focus on things that we can't control and trying to control everything, that's going to start to generate negativity, because it's going to get to us when we realize we can't control. So the next step is to develop a pre-game routine or a game day routine. So I know for myself, when I'm getting ready to play a basketball game, I like to be hype. I like to feel good about myself. I like to go in the game feeling good, and that helps me play better because I'm feeling good. So you want to develop a game day routine or pre-game routine. So the game day routine is going to look like you may wake up early in the morning, 9 a.m. If your game is at, let's say it's at 1 o'clock, you may wake up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You're going to get you some good breakfast. You wake up, you might warm up out. If you got a goal outside, you might warm up, or you just might go outside. You might just dribble for a little bit, something like that. Make yourself feel good, and then you listening to music to hype you up, whatever type of music you like. Listen to it to get you hype, get you in that mode. So develop a game day routine like that. And then pre-game, before the game, you may be warming up. If your coach lets you listen to the music, well, I wouldn't really recommend listening to the music before a game. I don't really like that. I would say just warm up, positive self. Go back to the positive self-talk. If you in layup lines, make your layup, and then say things positive to yourself. You make the layup, hey, yeah, I like that. Hey, come on, something like that. You know, y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. But just be positive with yourself the whole day. Develop a routine, follow that routine so you can stay on track, and it's gonna help with your confidence. You want to go into games feeling as good as possible, and you can only feel good if you do the things that you know can make you feel good on game day. So develop that game day routine and that pre-game routine and stick to it every game. So for the final step number 7 is we gotta stop overthinking. This is something that I can make a whole video on, a whole individual video on, because overthinking is really its own thing. But overthinking and confidence, it links in together. A lot of times players overthink a whole lot. I used to overthink a whole lot, and I still overthink in game, out of game, a whole lot. But it's gotten better over time. So with overthinking, you just gotta just positive self-talk, things like that, putting in the work, same things that I said previously, but we just gotta make sure we're not overthinking. We gotta only control the things we can control. With overthinking, I know that if I find myself overthinking, I like to breathe. When breathing helps a whole lot, or feeling your feet touch the floor, that helps me a whole lot. Putting myself in the present moment. When I'm overthinking, I like to look at something and just focus on that. A big thing, I heard this from one person, one of my coaches, I think, told me this. I like to breathe in and out my nose and just focus on my breath. So it's like I'm breathing in and out my nose, and I'm just thinking about only the breath coming in and out of my nose. And that helps me stay in the present moment. That helps me with the overthinking. But like I said, overthinking and confidence, it links in together. We just gotta make sure we gotta try our best to stay confident in ourselves so we not overthinking, because overthinking, that's gonna lead to a downfall. We can't overthink. Overthinking leads to self-sabotage, and we don't want to self-sabotage our career. We don't want to self-sabotage ourselves in game and things like that. Okay, so that's the 7 tips that I have to help you gain confidence in basketball. With overthinking, I'm gonna end up making his own individual video on how to cure overthinking. It's definitely other videos out there, but I'm gonna try to make my own video on how to cure overthinking. But yeah, just follow those 7 tips, putting in the work. I actually have it right here. Let me look at it. Putting in the work, positive self-talk, visualizing success, staying away from negativity, focusing on what you can control, developing a game day routine, and overthinking, stopping or overthinking. If you can get those 7 things down packed, at least those 6, the overthinking, that's gonna take more time, but at least those 6 things, just try those. And if you can get those, it's gonna help you with your confidence a whole lot. Remember, as hoopers, confidence is everything. If we don't believe in ourselves, then 1, nobody else gonna believe in us, and then 2, it's gonna show on the court if we don't believe in ourselves. Thank y'all for watching the video. Let me know what y'all want to see. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Particularly comment what y'all want to see. I need y'all to comment. Please comment. You comment.